So let us start the embedded system lecture. Good morning, embedded systems DET 3102. Course outcomes. Students will be able to select the relevant semi microcontroller for various industrial applications. Students will be able to use embedded C programming language to maintain embedded systems. Students will be able to interpret the communication standards for of embedded systems. Students will be able to develop basic applications of embedded system. Students will be able to interpret features of real-time operating systems. So embedded systems, we have seen the different blocks of the hardwares. Embedded hardwares we have seen. The embedded system definition we have seen. It is embedded system is a computer, but it is not primarily used for computation. It is used for controlling. It requires hardware, application software, and operating system. Basically, real-time operating system is required. Okay. So embedded system is having the power supplies, processor, timer, serial exchange port, input output circuit, system service specific circuits, and all this. Embedded circuit memories are RAM, ROM, internal registers are there. Embedded system is the heart of many products. For example, cars, home appliances, medical devices, interactive cares, and other equipments. So these are some of the examples. Block diagram. GPS, fitness trackers, medical devices, automotive system, transit fare collection, ATM, factory robot, electric vehicle, charging stations, interactive kiosks, real-time, standalone, networked mobile. These are the types of the embedded systems. Real-time also having soft real, hard real-time. Okay. ह्याच्यावर घेता का त्याच्यावरच घेता? So please wait 1 minute. We have seen the types of the real time, soft and real, soft and hard real times, and then examples, standalone examples, networked examples, mobile or handheld examples. There are various characteristics of the embedded system. There are those we have seen, isn't it? Then embedded system processors we have seen. Either embedded system is based on the microprocessor based or microcontroller based. Okay, those we have seen. Then processor factors of selection, either it may be data width is there, it may be 8 bit or 16 bit or 32 bit. Then amount of memory on it, that is amount of RAM and ROM on the controller, number of IO pins available with the controller, speed of working of, that is clock speed of controller, then packaging of this type of the packaging, then cost, and then performance. On chip features are there, various other additional features are there, analog to digital and digital to analog, and converters and counters and timers, etc., and size of the IC. So ready-made boards are also there: Arduino board, Raspberry Pi, Banana Pi, Intel Galileo, Biblio board, BeagleBoard. Then power consumption is also the system characteristics, because if you check the mobile phone embedded system, the power consumption is very important. Very low power design is required, because mobile phone charging should be remain for long time, 1 day at least, 2 day at least. Flexibility must be there in changing the functionality of the software hardware. Processor power is also important, so that processor should not be very slow, it should sufficiently fast. So processor power, operating system should be there uh, to have the stringent working constraints like memory size, processing power, etc. Then performance of the embedded system is also the characteristic, measurable characteristic. Then memories, then size of the total size of the system. It should be portable, handy, small size, and it should be reliable. Its reliability is also important factor. Its safety, its failure should not hamper the other circuits or other system. Correctness should be there. Test after testing, it should work correctly. Maintainability should be there. It can be very easily maintained, repaired. Okay, so these all things we have discussed. Its embedded system has the advantage it can be very easily customized. Low power consumption is there, low cost is there, enhanced the performance is more enhanced. But disadvantage it requires development effort and large time is required for market. So embedded system is generally has a microcontroller, and we have checked this slide also last yesterday's lecture, and the microcontroller is a single chip microcomputer fabricated on single chip, complete microcontroller system. The microcontroller is known as embedded controller. Okay, and type of the microcontrollers also depending on the word length, 4 bit, 8 bit, 64 bit, 128 bit, like that. Microcontroller is a compressed microcomputer manufactured to control the functions of embedded system. Microcontroller is a compressed microcomputer. Okay. A microcontroller comprises components like memory, peripherals, and most importantly the processor. Microcontroller comprises a component like memory, peripheral, and very important is the processor. Microcontrollers are basically employed in the devices that need a degree of control to be applied by the user of device. Microcontrollers are basically employed in devices that need a degree of control. Microcontrollers are employed in the devices that need a degree of control to be applied by the user of device. Okay. So what are the degree of controls? Yesterday we have discussed. So we can have some control on the circuit and we can add more controls. We can have the level detection of the terrace tank, and we can have the level detection of the underground tank also. We can have the level detection or the water availability detection in the water tap also. Many other water flow also we can detect. So degree of control you can adapt or change. Now, embedded system which uses the microcontroller consists of, as we have seen in the previous slide, the microcontroller is a solitary chip. So this is the solitary chip. Microcontroller is solitary chip microcomputer, means a single chip on single IC total microcontroller is fabricated. So what it consists? Microcontroller on single chip total microcomputer is fabricated. So what it consists? It consists a central processing unit, CPU. It consists the CPU, central processing unit. Okay. Microcontroller's brain is named as CPU. Microcontroller's brain is named as CPU. So central processing unit is nothing but the brain of the microcontroller. Okay. All the logic is executed in that brain, in that CPU. All the programs are executed in that CPU, in that brain. So central processing unit in that is the brain of the microcontroller. Total microcontroller IC is there, in which central processing is also there. So central processing unit is the brain which executes the actual program. It actually executes the program. CPU is employed to fetch the data. Fetch means take the data from the memory. To fetch from memory. Fetch means take the data from the memory. Decode it, that data taken is decoded by it, CPU, and complete the assigned task. So there is a program. It is stored in the memory. Program is stored in the memory. Where the program is stored? Program is always stored in the memory. Who is executing the program? CPU is executing the program, isn't it? In the first point, we have seen central processing unit, a microcontroller's brain. It is named as CPU. Microcontroller's brain is CPU. Why it is brain? Because it executes the program. CPU execute the program. Where program is? Program is the memory. Memory is separate, CPU is separate. Okay. So from memory, the program is to be fetched to the CPU. Who takes that program to the CPU? Internal bus. Internal bus. Bus is there. On that bus, the data flows from memory to the CPU. Okay. Internal bus is there. On that bus, the data is traveling. Okay. Parallel bus is there. 8-bit, 16-bit, whatever, depending on the microcontroller. That is called fetching of the data. What is fetching of the data? Fetching of the data is taking the data from the memory to the CPU. Is fetch of the data, fetching of the data. CPU is employed to fetch the data. Once the data is fetched, it comes into CPU. Then decode it. What is the program statement? That decoding. Decoding. Whether it is move or add or subtract, sub or jump, whatever, it is to be decoded. So CPU decodes it. And once it decodes that, after decoding, CPU understands this is the meaning of the data. This is the meaning of that code. Then once the CPU understands the meaning of the code, then he completes the assigned task according to that code. Whatever the task is there, that is completed by the CPU. If add is there, he adds it. If subtract is there, he subtracts it. That is the task. If move is there, he moves the data from one register to other register. If load is there, if store is there, it can store or load the data from memory to the accumulator. So CPU employed to fetch the data, decode the data, complete the assigned task. Okay. Then CPU connects all the components of microcontroller into single system. Now, on the single chip, there is a microcomputer system complete, and this microcontroller system complete on the single chip is called microcontroller. That means in the microcontroller there is a CPU and other parts also on the single chip. So what CPU does? CPU connects all these components on the chip and external to the chip also, external to outside to the chip, outside to the IC also some components are there. What the CPU does? CPU connects all these components, okay, of microcontroller into a single system. Okay, so CPU organizes, connects all these components into a single system so that this will work as a single system. Then CPU, the instruction fetched by the programmable memory is decoded by the CPU. Okay, so data or code is fetched, that is decoded, instruction is fetched, that is decoded. So central processing unit does all these work. What is the role of central processing unit? The microprocessor consists of central processing unit, and central processing unit is the brain of the computer, CPU. Okay, CPU is the microcontroller's brain. And what the CPU does, it fetches data, decodes data, completes the assigned task, it connects the components of microcontroller into single system. The instruction fetched by the programmable memory is decoded by CPU. So these are the role of the CPU, work of the CPU. What the microcontroller consists of? Again, CPU, it consists of CPU. But what other? It also consists of memory. Microcontroller consists of memory. Microcontroller consists of CPU. Microcontroller also consists of memory. Okay. What is microcontroller? Microcontroller is complete microcomputing system on a single chip. Microcomputing system on a single chip. Complete system means there is a CPU, there is memory also. Okay. So memory is there in the microcontroller IC. So that memory in the microcontroller memory chip work as a microprocessor. In the microcontroller memory chip work same as the microprocessor. Okay. In the microcontroller memory chip works same as the microprocessor. How the memory chip is working in the microprocessor? Very same it is working in the microcontroller. So memory is required for the microcontroller which is working very similar as that of the microprocessor, because there is a code written in the memory chip, there is a data written in the memory chip, that code can be taken, that data can be taken, accordingly the processing or execution can be done. So memory holds the data and program. Memory chip stores all program and data. So memory chip is storing all program and data. Okay. Microcontrollers are built with certain amount of RAM or ROM. So microcontroller internally is having, microcontroller within microcontroller IC is having certain amount of ROM or RAM. Either ROM is there or RAM is there. Sometimes both are there. Microcontrollers are built with certain amount of ROM or RAM. For example, EEPROM is there, EEPROM is there, electrically programmable read-only memory is there, electrically programmable read-only memory, or electrically erasable and programmable read-only memory. Electrically erasable and programmable read-only memory. Read-only memory means what? It can be only read, it cannot be written again by the microprocessor. But it can be programmable electrically. Especially if you want to program it, it cannot be written by the microprocessor. It can be only read only memory. But it can be programmed once electrically programmable read only memory. Or it can be erased and again programmed, multiple times programmed. So programming can be done, but it cannot be written. Writing is different, programming is different. Programming means high voltage application and writing the program. And writing means while executing, writing the program. एक्झिक्युशन चालू असताना राईट होत नाही, परंतु प्रोग्रॅमिंग करायचं म्हणून एक्स्ट्रा व्होल्टेज देऊन राईट करता येते. त्यावेळेस एक्झिक्युशन चालू नसतं. वन्स राईट करता येते, नंतर एक्झिक्यूट करता होते बऱ्याच वेळा. So microcontrollers are built in with certain amount of ROM, RAM, EEPROM, EEPROM, etc. or flash memory. Flash memory. Flash memory can be written while executing also. Flash memory for a storage of program source code. Flash memory for storage of program source code. Program source code storage करण्यासाठी ROM, RAM, EEPROM, EEPROM किंवा फ्लॅश मेमरी वापरली जाते. तेवढे बाकी सगळे झाले. भालेराव सर नंतर देऊ. चालेल. हो सर, राहुल. Thank you. So this is about the memory. This is about the memory. Then microcontroller also consists of CPU झाला, memory झाला. Then microcontroller also consists of input output ports. It also consists of input output ports. IO ports it is called. IO ports. Input output ports. It is called IO ports. It consists of also serial ports. It consists of input output ports. It consists of serial ports. Okay. So both it consists. So what is input output ports, or it is called IO ports, are basically employed to interface or drive different appliances such as printers, LCDs, LEDs, etc. Okay, or switches, relays, both switch and relay. IO ports are basically employed to interface or drive different appliances such as printers, LCDs, LEDs, etc. Okay. Serial ports. These ports give the serial interfaces within the microcontroller. Serial ports. These ports give interfaces within the microcontroller. Okay. These ports, serial ports give serial interfaces within the microcontroller and various other peripherals similar to the parallel ports. Okay. So input output ports are basically employed to interface the drive or drive the different appliances such as printer, LCD, LED, etc. And serial ports, these ports give serial interface when microcontroller and various other peripherals such as parallel ports. Similar to parallel port, serial port also can be interfaced to the other peripherals. आता मगाशी आपण ओपन सोर्स सॉफ्टवेअर हार्डवेअर बघितलं, त्याच्यामध्ये जो बोर्ड बघितला त्याच्यामध्ये पोर्ट आहेत, आयओ पोर्ट आहेत सगळे 0 to 13 वगैरे. त्याच्यामध्ये पहिला 0 नंबर आणि 1 नंबर हे सिरियल पोर्ट आहेत. 0 आणि 1 हे सिरियल म्हणून पण काम करतात. ट्रान्स रिसिव्हर असतं त्याच्यावर, ट्रान्समिट आणि रिसिव्हर सिंगल पिन इज अ सिरियल पोर्ट. बट पॅरलल ऑल्सो देअर, पॅरलल पोर्ट इज ऑल्सो देअर. Okay, so there is a serial port, there is a parallel port. Okay. Similar to parallel port, there is a serial port. Okay. So input output ports are there and serial ports are there. So what other microcontroller consists of? Microcontroller is having a CPU. Microcontroller is having the memory, and microcontroller is also having the ports, IO ports, serial IO ports, parallel IO ports, and IO ports. Similar to that, microcontrollers also have the timers, okay, or counters also. Timers or counters also. So what do you mean by timer? Why timer is important? Why timer is required? What is the role of timer? Microcontroller is requiring or having the timer. Have you came across any task or function of timer? By the name itself, timer means what? The name itself, timer. What is the name timer indicates? Timer means some time related operation it must be doing, isn't it? Time related operation it must be doing, isn't it? Timer must be doing some time related operation. Timer is a microcontroller block which can be used for, which is inbuilt of course. Microcontrollers timers may be inbuilt within one or more timers or counters. To count the pulses, counters are required. To count the pulses, counters are required or timers are required. Timers keep the reference of clock cycles, number of clock cycles elapsed, or counters also keep the reference of number of clock cycles elapsed. As we know, microcontrollers works on the clock cycles. Microcontroller is working on the clock cycle. There is a clock connected to the microcontroller. So as one clock goes, it counts 1. As second clock goes, it counts 2. As third clock goes, it is having one more event. It counts the event. So if the events are there, suppose door opens, one person comes in, this is counted as 1. Again door opens, one person comes in, this is counted as 2. Again door opens, one person comes in, it is counted as 3, 4, 5. So this event, opening of the door and coming person inside the room, office, laboratory, whatever, hotel, restaurant, theater, counting of person, auditorium, counting of person can be done. Counting of events can be done. One product goes, one bottle goes, medicine bottle may be there or PepsiCo bottle may be there, isn't it? One container goes, second container goes, it can be counted. So events are counted. So timer counters are required. Microcontroller may be inbuilt with one or more timer or counter. So you can use the timer for delay also. Suppose in some program you require some delay. Suppose there is a LED blinking. LED is made on and some delay is required, 10 millisecond, 20 millisecond, and then it is made off. Again after 50 millisecond it is made on for 10 millisecond, and again it is made off. Again for 50 millisecond it is off. After 50 millisecond. So for this 10 millisecond, 50 millisecond, timer is required in the program, isn't it? If you want to blink the LED, there must be delay. So there must be timer. So timers are there in the microcontroller. Timers are there. So timers are inbuilt in the microcontroller. So the timers and counters control all counting and timing operation within the microcontroller. Timers and counters control all the timing and counting operations within the microcontroller. Okay. So to count the events is there, to count the time also is there. So for 2 millisecond you have to make the LED on. For 10 millisecond you have to keep the LED off. For again 2 millisecond you have to make the LED on. For again, so for suppose for traffic signal application, some seconds you have to make the green LEDs on. For some second you have to make the orange LED on, and for some minutes you have to make the red LED on. So some minutes, some seconds, this is the timers, isn't it? And the one product is there, one medicine bottle is there, second medicine bottle is there, or vaccine bottle is there, okay, or Pepsi Cola bottle is there, Fanta bottle is there, okay. One box is produced, second box is produced, third box, it is a counting. So counters are there. So timers and counters are there. So timers and counters control all counting and timing operations within the microcontroller. Timers are employed to count external pulses. The main operation performed by timers are pulse generation, clock functions, frequency measuring, modulations, making the oscillations. So main operations of the timers are, what are the main operations of the timer? The pulse generation, clock functions, frequency measuring, modulations, making the oscillations. These are the main functions of the timers. What do you mean by pulse generation? Simple. It is very simple. If you want to make the LED 1 millisecond on, or 5 millisecond on, or 10 millisecond on, then you have to generate a pulse of 1 millisecond or 2 millisecond or 5 millisecond or 10 millisecond. If LED is on for 10 millisecond, you have to generate pulse of 10 millisecond. This is called pulse generation. If LED is off for 100 millisecond, you have to generate a zero signal for 100 millisecond. So this is also pulse of 100 millisecond with negative amplitude or zero amplitude. So pulse generation, clock functions, many clock functions are there. So in those clock functions, timer can be used. For example, external circuits require a clock. You can give the or provide the clock for the from the main system. So there is a clock function. Frequency measuring. You can measure the frequency by measuring the number of cycles per second in the supplied signal. So frequency measuring logics are there, which requires again the pulses, number of clocks. How to measure? Very simple it is. Suppose we want to measure the frequency of 50 Hertz. So what is done is, when the 50 Hertz signal positive cycle comes, due to positive cycle, the internal circuit is triggered and internal timer counter gives the pulses at suppose 1 kilohertz. That means 1 millisecond. And till 10 millisecond half cycle will be there, and the next 10 millisecond negative half cycle will be there. 50 hertz, 20 millisecond is there, na 50 hertz. 50 hertz is 20 millisecond time duration. So for 10 millisecond duration, there will be 10 1 millisecond pulses. 10 is a count. So if we are using 1 kilohertz signal for counting, we are knowing 1 millisecond. For 10 millisecond, it is a 10 millisecond. So we can understand positive half cycle is 10 millisecond. In this way, we can calculate the frequency. Total cycle will be 20 milliseconds. So 1 upon 20 millisecond is 50 hertz. So this is a frequency measurement. So this type of the logic we can develop. Then there is a modulation. Just like the frequency measuring, there you can go for the modulation of the signals. As you know, there is amplitude modulation, there is a frequency modulation, there is a phase modulation. What is there in the amplitude modulation? A constant frequency. Amplitude is changed according to the modulating signal. In the frequency modulation, the amplitude is constant, but frequency is changed according to the modulating signal amplitude. So this timer or counter you can use for changeable frequency for modulation. You can change the frequency, or you can change the amplitude also with the constant frequency, because it can be used as a frequency generation. Timer or counter can be used as a frequency generation. Suppose 1 kilohertz, if you want continuous 1 kilohertz, you can generate within timer and counter. You have to write the program for the timer for 1 millisecond delay, and again it is resetted, again 1 millisecond delay, again it is resetted, again 1 millisecond delay, again it is resetted. And for first millisecond, power is made, voltage is made high, for next second voltage is made low, for again next 1 millisecond voltage is made high, again next 1 millisecond voltage is made low, and this high voltage low voltage for each 1 millisecond becomes a pulse, becomes a oscillation, becomes a signal. So you can use this for making the oscillations. You can use it as a oscillator. If you are using it as an oscillator, you can use it as a modulator. So these are the applications where timer can be employed to count external pulses. The main operation to perform by the timer are pulse generation, clock functions, frequency measuring, the modulation, making the oscillations, etc. मायक्रो कंट्रोलर कन्सिस्ट ऑफ, आतापर्यंत आपण पाहिलं मायक्रो कंट्रोलर मध्ये काय काय असतं, तर सीपीयू असतो, ब्रेन मायक्रो कंट्रोलरचा, मेमरी असते, फेच करायला लागतं प्रोग्राम वगैरे ठेवलेला, आणि एक सीपीयू एक्झिक्यूट करतो. मेमरी नंतर काय असतं, आयओ असतात, इनपुट आउटपुट कनेक्टर्स, आयओ पिन्स, आयओ कनेक्टर्स नंतर असतं सिरियल कनेक्टर्स किंवा सिरियल पोर्ट, सिमिलर टू पॅरलल पोर्ट. त्याच्यानंतर काय काय असतं, काउंटर्स असतात, टायमर्स असतात. त्याच्यानंतर काय असतं, तर एडीसी असतात, अॅनालॉग टू डिजिटल कन्व्हर्टर, आणि डीएसी पण असतात, एडीसी असतात. अॅनालॉग टू डिजिटल कन्व्हर्टर ऑर एडीसी हे मायक्रो कंट्रोलर मध्ये असतात. काही काही, सगळ्या मायक्रो कंट्रोलर मध्ये सगळं असेल असं नाही, पण कमीत कमी प्रोसेसर आणि मेमरी हे प्रत्येक मायक्रो कंट्रोलर मध्ये असतंच. काही मायक्रो कंट्रोलर मध्ये प्रोसेसर आणि आयओ पोर्ट असतो, मेमरी नसते. So analog to digital converter is there. It is ADC. ADC is employed. Why it is used? ADC is used to convert analog signal to digital signals. ADC is role of ADC, function of ADC, task of ADC is to convert analog signal to the digital signal. In general, ADC कुठेही असू दे, तो काय करतो, अॅनालॉग सिग्नलला डिजिटल सिग्नल मध्ये कन्वर्ट करतो. So if ADC is there inside the microcontroller chip, then ADC here also will do same thing. It converts analog signal into digital signal. So here also the ADC is converting analog signal into digital signal. Okay, it is employed to convert analog signal into digital signal. The input signal needs to be analog for ADC. For ADC, the input signal is to be analog, or whatever the signal is, it is considering it as an analog. Suppose for ADC we are giving digital signal or 0 volt or 5 volt. That 5 volt he will consider as an analog 5 volt, and it will convert 5 volt into digital or 0 volt into digital. The digital signal production can be employed for different digital applications. The digital signal production can be employed for different digital applications such as measurement gadgets. Digital signal production can be employed for different digital applications such as measurement gadgets. Okay, digital signal production can be employed as for different digital applications such as measurement gadgets. Okay, suppose there is some measurement gadget is there, anything, suppose temperature measurement or pressure measurement, flow measurement, okay, or body signal measurement like ECG measurement or in brain signal measurement, etc. Whatever that gadget, measuring gadget, blood pressure measuring gadget, you can have the conversion from analog sensor voltage or ultrasonic sensor will be there. So that sensor voltage is converted into digital form. So digital signal production can be employed for different digital applications such as measuring gadgets. So along with CPU, along with memory, along with IO, along with timers, counters, there is also analog to digital converter ADC into the microcontroller. So analog to digital converter ADC in the microcontroller is employed to convert analog signals to digital ones. It is used for converting analog signal into digital signal. The input signals need to be analog for ADC. Analog ADC साठी analog input असायला लागतं. And digital signal production can be employed for different digital applications. So This ADC is used for producing digital signal. It is employed for producing digital signal for different applications. Again, microprocessor consists of digital to analog signal. Just like the analog to digital converter, digital to analog converter is also there. So, microcontroller consists of processor, microcontroller consists of memory, microcontroller consists of IO port, microcontroller consists of serial port, microcontroller consists of timer, microcontroller consists of counter, microcontroller consists of analog to digital converter. Similarly, microcontroller consists of digital to analog converter, DAC. Similar to ADC, it consists of DAC also. So DAC converts, or it is the converter which executes the opposite function that of the ADC. What ADC does? Analog voltage is converting into digital form. And here it does opposite, that is digital signal it converts into analog form. Digital signal it converts into analog form. So DAC is generally employed to supervise analog appliances like DC motors, etc. Digital to analog signal. So it is converting analog signal, digital to analog. So suppose the motor is to be run by the digital system. So DC motor, analog motor is to be run by the digital system. Then digital system will give digital output. So motor is requiring analog output. So we have to convert this digital output into the analog output. So we require analog digital to analog converter, DAC. So DAC is required. Generally it is employed to supervise analog components like DC motor. There is a interrupt controller is employed for giving the delay control for working the program. So interrupt controllers are there. So spelling is I think a mistake. Interrupt controller. Interrupt can be internal or external. Interrupt. It should be interpret. Interrupt. Interrupt is the action in the microprocessor and microcontrollers. Interrupt. You must have studied the interrupt, isn't it? So interrupt may be internal or external. It can be used as the interrupt controller. Okay. It can be used as a interrupt controller. Interrupt can be internal or external. Okay. So microcontroller also consists of, as we know, microcontroller consists of CPU, microcontroller consists of memory, microcontroller consists of IO port, microcontroller consists of serial port, microcontroller consists of timers and counters, microcontroller consists of ADC, microcontroller consists of DAC. Similarly, microcontroller consists of special function blocks, special function blocks. Microcontroller consists of special function block. That block of the circuit performs, executes the special functioning block. Some special microcontrollers manufactured for special applications. Some special microcontrollers are manufactured for special applications like space system, robots, etc. It comprises of this special function block. It contains of the special function block. Some microcontrollers are employed for used for special functions. Like space system is the special function. So there the microcontrollers, microprocessors are used are special functions. So special function block is there. Some special microcontrollers are manufactured for special applications like space system, robots, etc. And it comprises of this special function block. This special function block has additional ports so as to carry out some special operations. This special block has additional ports so that it can carry out some special operation. It may carry out. So these are the different parts of the microcontroller, blocks or parts of the microcontroller. What are the parts of the microcontroller? Parts of the microcontroller are CPU, Central Processing Unit. CPU or Central Processing Unit is the brain of microcontroller. It is used to fetch the data, decode the data, complete the assigned task. CPU connects all the components on the microcontroller and instruction is fetched by programmable memory and decoded by CPU. There is also memory. There is also memory in the microcontroller. In microcontroller, memory chip work as a same as that in the microprocessor. As the microprocessor. So memory chip stores all program and data. Memory chip stores all program and data. Microcontrollers are built with certain amount of ROM, RAM, EEPROM or flash memory. Some microcontrollers are built with these memories. A certain amount of memories in the form of ROM memory, in the form of RAM memory, in the form of EEPROM memory, in the form of EEPROM memory or flash memory for storage of source code. For storage of source code. So along with the CPU and IO ports, memory is there. So IO ports are there for basically employed to interface the drive or interface or drive the different appliances, printer, LCD, LG. Serial port are there for interfacing in the serial communication, similar to the parallel communication, parallel port. Serial port is there. There are timers, there are counters. Microcontroller is having the inbuilt timer or counter. One timer counter is there, maybe multiple timer counters. The timers and counters control all counting and timing operation within the microcontroller, and these timers are employed to count external pulses. The main operation formed by timer are pulse generation, clock functions, frequency measuring, modulations, making the oscillations. These are the main tasks by the timer and counter. Microcontroller consists of analog to digital converter because external world is generating the analog voltage and microcontroller understands only digital signals. So control or convert analog signal into digital, this is required. Convert analog signal into digital, ADC is required. So input signal need to be analog to digital, analog for ADC. ADC साठी इनपुट सिग्नल अनालॉगच असायला लागेल तर ते डिजिटल मध्ये कन्वर्ट होईल. The digital signal production can be employed for different digital applications such as measurement gadgets. Digital signal production is used for digital applications like measurement gadget like temperature measurement, blood pressure measurement, any gadget. Similar to ADC, there is also DAC, digital to analog converter. The converter executes opposite function of ADC. DAC is generally employed to supervise analog applications like the DC motor. Interrupt controller is also there. The controller is employed for giving delayed control for working program. The interrupt can be internal or external. Interrupt can be internal or external. Also it contains a special function block. Also it contains is having the special function block. Some special microcontrollers manufactured for special appliances like space system, robot, etc. contains the special function block. The special block has additional ports so as to carry out some special operation. This is about the different parts, different components of the microcontroller. Microcontroller has different components or different parts. So this is about details of all these different parts or different components in the microcontroller. Okay. Microcontrollers are categorized, divided into different types. Microcontroller can be divided or categorized into different types under the embedded system. Microcontrollers are used, and these microcontrollers are having different types. What are the types of the microcontroller? Microcontroller types. What are the types of the microcontroller? Microcontroller are divided into categories according to the memory, according to the architecture, according to the bits, number of bits in the data, according to the instruction sets. Microcontrollers are divided into different types, like that depends on memory, architecture, bits, number of bits, and instruction set. So if you consider the different microcontroller types, then according to bits, what is the difference? So types are there according to memory, number of bits, according to architecture, types of architecture, according to bits, number of bits, according to the instruction set. So according to bits, what are the types of microcontroller? It is 8-bit microcontroller, executes logic and arithmetic operation. Suppose example of 8-bit microcontroller is Intel 8031 or 8051. If it is 8-bit microcontroller which executes logic and arithmetic operations. What is the example? Example of 8-bit microcontroller is Intel 8031 or 8051. These are the examples of 8-bit microcontroller. What about 16-bit microcontroller? 16-bit microcontroller executes with greater accuracy. Accuracy is increased in case of 8-bit to 16-bit. 16-bit microcontroller executes with greater accuracy and more performance can be possible in contrast to 8-bit. So first is 8-bit microcontroller which executes logic arithmetic operations. Example is 8-bit microcontroller 8031 or 8051, but 16-bit microcontroller executes with greater accuracy and greater performance than 8-bit microcontroller. If you consider 8-bit microcontroller and 16-bit microcontroller, 16-bit microcontroller is having more accuracy, 16-bit microcontroller is having performance in that as compared to 8-bit microcontroller. Example of 16-bit microcontroller is 8096. 8096. Then next is 32-bit microcontroller. 32-bit microcontroller is employed mainly in automatically controlled applications such as office machine, implantable medicinal appliances, etc. 32-bit microcontroller is employed mainly in automatically controlled appliances. 32-bit microcontroller is employed mainly in automatically controlled appliances. Automatically controlled appliances are there in that 32-bit microcontrollers are used. Example, office machines, implantable medical appliances, etc. It requires 32-bit instructions to carry out any logical or arithmetic function. For any logical or arithmetic function, 32-bit instructions will be required. Obviously, if it is a 32-bit microcontroller, it requires 32-bit instructions. So microcontroller types are there based on the number of bits. Either it may be 8-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit. If it is 8-bit, it is very simple construction, simple logic. If it is 16-bit, this microcontroller executes with more accuracy and more performance, but number of bits increase. Again 32-bit, again number of bits increase as compared to 8-bit, 16-bit, and accuracy is increased. But 32-bit microcontroller is employed for automatic control of appliances. Example, office machines and implantable medical applications. Implantable medical applications. Implantable medical applications will have more complicated operation. If you consider, suppose level controlling is there, water pump on off function is there, suppose door opening and closing is there, automatic door opening closing is there, person counting is there. Simple tasks are these are the simple tasks. Then some money vending is there, some complex task is there. You have to detect something, you have to communicate something, you have to verify something. So this becomes slightly complicated task. So maybe requiring more bit microcontroller. But if you consider biomedical or medical applications or office machines, their highly accurate device is required. Why the accuracy? Because medical is very critical field. So slight error, slight incorrectness may hamper the patient in terms of medical dose, faulty medical dose, in terms of faulty operations, in terms of faulty operate, get operated by robotics, or the even human are operating the faulty data provided, erroneous data, incorrect. Accuracy is very important in medical. In aeroplane landing, accuracy is very much important. A slight change in the ground level or ground height or aeroplane height will mislead the captain or the pilot to have the landing operation, safe landing operation. So in case of the complex industrial processes, accuracy is required. Okay, complex industrial processes, accuracy is required, and there the accuracy which is maintained by providing number of bits. If number of bits are there, obviously resolution will be more, accuracy will be more, isn't it? Resolution means what? Resolution accuracy. If we are having 4 bits, if you are having 4 bits, if you are having 1 bit, what will be there? Either 0 or 1. And if we want to assign it to the 5 volt, so 1 will be 5 volt, 0 will be 0 volt. So there is no any other voltage in between. And if sensor gives 3.5 volt, what is the accuracy? It will not work. Then we have to go for the higher resolution, 4 bits. 4 bits, 4 levels, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. So 0 and 5 voltage we can divide into 1.25, 2.5, 3.75 and 5 volts. So there is more accuracy. So if 3.8 volt is there, which is more closer to 3.7 volt. So very small incorrectness will be there, 0.5 volt error will be there. So accuracy can be increased by increasing number of bits. From 1 bit we can change to 2 bits. We will get 4 levels of 2 bits, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. What increases? Resolution increases. What increases due to that? Accuracy increases. Is it correct? Similarly, for more accurate systems, 32-bit may be used, or more bits also may be used. 32, 64-bit, 128-bit, 256 bits. See the resolution. Very great resolution will be there. At cost of what? What will increase due to resolution? Due to number of bits, what will increase? Accuracy increases, that is good. That is okay. What other increases? The processing burden load, processing load will increase. Processing load will increase. The high performance processors, heavy duty processors will be required. Processing will obviously increase, isn't it? So, microcontroller types are based on bits. So, we are checking now the microcontroller types, isn't it? We are checking now the microcontroller types. Okay. So, types are based on memory, architecture, bits, instruction sets. These are the microcontroller type. Microcontroller type is 6-bit microcontroller, 8-bit microcontroller. These are the types based on memory. Similarly, there are architecture types, there are bits types, there are instruction set types, isn't it? So we are checking about bits types, number of bits. So 8 bit, 16 bit, 32 bit. So according to the requirement, if we use the 8 bit, the basic operations can be done. If you use the 16 bit, then accuracy will be increased, performance will be increased. If you use the 32 bit, then it can be used in the automatic control and accuracy is very high, and it can be used in the office and implantable medical applications. Implantable medical applications means what? Implantable. To implant means, suppose there is a heart problem, we operate the person and inside the body we are implanting the machine, isn't it? So if that machine is not having the accuracy, then what is the use of that cutting the person's chest and putting that implant inside and operating it, again stitching it back? It is very risky, so very high accuracy is required. So in case of medical implantation, office machines, the 32-bit microcontrollers are used. That is more accurate. Okay, so we'll stop here, and the remaining types of the microcontroller we'll check afterwards. So we have checked only one number of bits based the types. Okay, thank you. We'll meet tomorrow. I will give the time before sufficiently gap I will give to understand. Then we'll meet tomorrow either on same time or before this or after. Thank you.